clutching my pearls, girl. I was clutching them. Is somebody call CPS? Because this is not how we're going to be doing this. No, 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 no. He has the look. He has that vibe. He has that. He ain't dead. He is not dead. Some shady, shady business. There is a win for the DCU that they need after Supergirl. Everybody acting funny, child. Everybody. Okay, you still shadies and that shit locked up in here. He don't play. It's Juntain world. Sorry I've been so MIA. Life has been lifing. But I'm back with a video for you. Today we're gonna be reviewing The Lanterns episode 1 and 2.
It's time to get up, Junior.
So, you're a space cop.
No, I'm just being trained. All right, new lesson. Take the reins.
I've been waiting for this show for so long. I've been waiting for this, and we finally got it. I just want to say the tone off the bat is just incredible. This mystery, detective, almost noir, you know, kind of show within the Green Lantern lore. We should have known. We should have known it was going to be good. The creators were going to kill it. We have Damien Lindelof and Tom Keene and Chris Mundy, who have been producing the show and writing it. And, you know, their works from the past, like Watchmen and True Detective, you see that in this show from the start, from episode 1, and the banter between John and Hal. It was, you know, they was not playing around. They made one hell of a show. The first scene, John's father shooting an apple off his head, that was wild. I was like, is somebody call CPS? Because this is not how we're going to be doing this. No, 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 no. But we get it because John is from a military type of family, and that in a way is his training to eventually become this lantern. I love the riff between Hal and John, and, you know, the whole banter and the car scene, and Hal just leaping the car with John in it, trying to, you know, test him to see if he was able to use the ring. I was like clutching my pearls, girl. I was clutching them. I love this country noir type of drama, you know, from DCU's start. I love Superman, but I wasn't a really big fan of Creature Commandos and Peacemaker. That wasn't really my type of style, what I wanted from this universe. But this is it. This is what I love. I love the gritty, dark DC.
These victims are gonna end up being alien.
Based on what?
I have a feeling.
He has a feeling.
And I know we can't all have that for every character, but for this story, I think it was a perfect kind of creative decision on the writers and the producers' part. And I actually really love the casting of Kyle Chandler as Hal. At first, when I heard he was going to be cast as this older Hal Jordan, I kind of was bummed because I think all of us want that youthful Hal Jordan, but Kyle Chandler is killing it. He was made to play this role for this specific type of story and this specific type of noir detective case. And I knew Aaron Pierre was gonna kill it as John. I knew it. He has the look, he has that vibe, he has that, you know, I don't know, aesthetic that Jon Stewart is. I used to love the animated Justice League show, and he just is the embodiment of that character come to live action. So what is this mystery? Well, I think this whole town is alien shapeshifters. I really do. And we see that more in episode 2, which I will get into. But there's something going on with this town. You know, Hal has very, you know, connected to this case. Like, he knows something is not really normal about this, that he's seen this or knew something like this was gonna happen. I will say, you know, from the first episode, I know it's only the pilot, I did want a little more action from it. You know, I know we'll see more of that action as we go through the series. But you could tell there's been a little bit of a budget, And I get it, but then I was like, this is HBO Max. You see Game of Thrones, you see all these other shows that have the budget. Why wasn't this show given it with the story that it is telling and how engaging the story is? You think that would be backed up with, you know, more constructs and just even more hand-to-hand fighting. So that was one thing I was like, I would like a little more pizzazz in it. But I think this first episode was really to hook you into what the mystery and this unraveling of this town in Nebraska, and you know, all the other characters like Sheriff Carey and the Macons. So yeah, I wanted a little more action, but I know we're gonna get more from this show, so we just gotta sit tight. He ain't dead. He is not dead. I don't believe it. Where is that ring? The ring is not there. But it was so sad to see him just sitting there on that football stadium like we saw in the beginning of the episode, and just in the cold, sad, and alone. He died alone. And you know, John, you see a tear go down, and you could tell because this part is taken in 2026. I should say we go from 1996, 2016, and present day to 2026. But you see from 10 years after their meeting, John obviously has some type of emotional connection to how, you know, we don't see that in the beginning of the episode because it's taken when he's first starting meeting him, but you know that kind of hurt him. And to see Chef Carey is still around, so maybe she is really good. I suspected her of something, but I think she might be in alliance with Hal. So overall, I love this first episode. It was very good. You know, I expected this, but I love the acting, the story, the visuals. I think this is going to be a very, very well received season and series overall, and a win for the DCU that they need after Supergirl. A win for the DCU that they need after Supergirl. On to episode 2. This one actually was my favorite. I liked it way better than the pilot, yes. And I see people don't feel the same, that kind of was like a bump in the brakes, but I actually really enjoyed this episode. The pacing was very well. The humor, the levity of it was interesting because we just came from this first episode that was very, you know, mature in tone and very mysterious and just overall kind of, you know, bleak. But this one felt more lively. Town hall meeting was so funny to me. Sheriff Carey is trying to do her whole, you know, seminar with this whole town, and those town people were acting really weird. But it was very funny because, you know, John is just this superhero walking into this town hall meeting where it's just a bunch of civilians looking at him in awe and just like wondering what he's gonna say. And as Sheriff Carey is just going on and on, she's getting distracted because Hal is like taking all the air in the room and is talking to her husband, Macon. So it was just a funny thing how Hal is he just doesn't care about what's going on. He's going straight to the point, and Carey is just keep trying to get her little spill and it's getting interrupted by him. Back to John and Hal. The banter between them keep growing. You know, I could tell they really respect each other and actually value each other's companionship. It's almost like a will they, won't they type of situation. It's like, you guys will be the best of friends. I already know it, but you guys can't get over your egos. John has the ego of an authoritarian and just trying to do things by the books, while Hal is over here pulling corpses out and making them go through metal detectors. And John is just, you know, looking at him like he's a joke. But Hal has his reasoning, and I think Hal has been in this kind of case many of times before, so he has his own ways of doing it under his tool belt that John is just not understanding and doesn't see no value in doing what Hal wants to do. Okay, I'm sorry, but at first I was getting annoyed by that little bird construct because it just was like tweeting. I just wanted to like shoo it away, please. You're not doing anything, you're just flying around. Go tweet a bird. But at the end, it kind of symbolized a lot because when John was captured and being kind of tortured by these other shape-shifting aliens. There's a lot of shape-shifting aliens in this show. I can't take it. So many. I think it's because of the budget. We want to have more like actual CGI aliens or like practical effect aliens, which I would have loved. But anyways, I think the bird symbolized that John has always been in a cage when he was younger and always had to live in this kind of bubble that his dad and his family have like made for him. So his first construct kind of being a bird and it just flying with him and being around him, I think just symbolizes the way he's ready to take flight and be free and become a lantern. Honey, the Macon family is doing some shady business. They is onto something. I don't know what it is, but I don't think they're shapeshifters, but I think whoever they're working for is definitely some kind of underground alien business supplier. I don't know. Weapon? I don't know. But they are definitely dirty. And from the shoe Hal, I was like, girl, Hal, you could just take them all out right now. But I think he needs them for something. He needs them to dig deeper into what they're doing and what corruption they're doing in this town of Nebraska. Clear that this town is a bunch of aliens. There was nobody at the hospital. Nobody has been there. No sign-in sheets. No equipment has been brought out. And with health insurance, even in the 2016, and ain't nobody going to the hospital, kind of makes sense, but not, they're aliens. I know this town is aliens. Maybe manhunters, maybe something else, but I'm not liking it. So now going back to Hal. Hal goes to meet Sinestro.
Sinestro.
You don't really believe he's your backup, do you, Hal?
No.
He suits up, puts on dusts his robes off, and takes flight to a prison. And okay, well, I know the comic book lore of Sinestro and how he betrayed the Lantern Corps and how, but it was interesting because it's giving, you know, almost they've been speaking for a while that this isn't the first time Hal has went and saw Sinestro. It's kind of almost like a Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs kind of vibe. Which I like, and I can't wait to see more of that. Sinestro's kind of look did take me out. I thought it looked kind of funny, but we'll see as episodes go on if we see more of him. But I could definitely see, like, there's definitely been some budget restrictions in this show, which is sad because I think it could add more to the show to have more of a sci-fi element to it. But yeah, and also I'm not really adverse with the actor who's playing Sinestro. I kind of wish it was almost a big name, kind of compared to Hal and Kyle Chandler's character. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. So, and for Sinestro to say that Hal's biggest worry is John actually taking his place, I was like, girl, the shade underneath that. Okay, you still shady Sinestro locked up in here. He don't play.